What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Adventure Outpost. In today's adventure, we are diving back deep into another round of movies purchased because I have a problem and I can't stop buying movies. So we have another sweet haul from Target, Mr. Cheapos, and an epic freaking amount of movies from Best Buy that we're going to go through today. Some of them new. Most of them are upgrades from DVD to either Blu Ray or 4K if they had a version available, because, you know, with that sweet 4K TV, I need that really good picture. So let's dive right in, and we're going to jump in right here with our Target movies that we picked up. So a new movie that was actually nominated for an Academy Award for acting, which I missed out on and did not get to see because it was not in theaters or anywhere and streaming was impossible, is The Mauritanian. This is a really good drama movie about how absolutely fucking terrible human beings we are with Guantanamo Bay. It is a really tough movie to watch at times. Especially knowing all the stuff that we as the military did to people. This is a really fucked up movie. Definitely something everybody should see because it's something everybody should be aware of. But I mean, I guess it's not really a surprise that Americans are terrible because technically human beings in general are terrible. We all suck. Next up is a big upgrade. Is the Harry Potter 8-film collection on 4K. It also comes on Blu Ray. So this is a pretty sweet purchase. I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. My girlfriend loves Harry Potter, so this is a big pickup for her. She's very happy to start watching these ones again. I think the coolest thing about this is that the Chamber of Secrets and Sorcerer's Stone both have extended versions on here. And the one for Chamber of Secrets is pretty much 3 hours long, so that's going to be pretty cool to check out because I love checking out director's cuts for movies. So I'm excited to watch that one. Our next big upgrade is the 4K Goonies, baby. I love this movie. I can't wait to get Heather to watch it. This is a great movie from my childhood that I've watched countless times and never gets old. Great movie, so go watch that. Another upgrade, Big Fish, probably one of my favorite Tim Burton movies, probably right behind Batman and all that, and there goes my dog. Shut up! Big Fish is great because it's a really good whimsical movie. I really like Tim Burton's style in this movie. Ewan McGregor is freaking awesome in it. It's a really good romance movie that also has like a really cool fantasy aspect to it. So it's a really good movie that you should definitely check out. I haven't watched it actually in a little while either, so now that I got it on 4K, I'm definitely going to have to return to that. Beverly Hills Cop. I wish they had a whole collection of all three of them in 4K, but I'll take one for right now. This is the best one. Anyway, love these movies. Eddie Murphy's rise to fame from here. These are really funny and enjoyable movies that everybody should go see. So if you haven't seen the Beverly Hills Cops movies, get out and go watch them. Or at least the first two. I think the third one is the one in the amusement park, and that one is pretty terrible. Now, this is the best pick that I got from Target. Didn't think I'd find this anywhere. And it is the Steelbook of Waterworld. You fucking dug. Waterworld. A movie that a lot of people love to hate. I get it. It's a very silly, over-the-top movie. Writing is kind of all over the place at most times. Having said all that, I still love this movie. This is a lot of fun. And I also found out that on this, they have the director's cut, which is, again, 3 hours, baby. So that's going to be freaking awesome to watch. Look at that sweet Mariner right there. Oh, man. I can't wait to watch that. 3 hours, Waterworld, Kevin Costner. What can go wrong? And that's our Target purchases. A lot of good stuff there. A lot of the 4K upgrades with one new movie in Mauritanian, which well worth it. Not a lot has come out on DVD new-wise since we didn't really get a lot of movies, but now we're going to go into our Mr. Cheapos haul. Big haul. This one, usually I just get away with store credit, which is awesome because I just trade in the old DVDs that I have and then use the store credit to buy Blu-rays. So this really didn't cost me anything, which is nice because there is a shitload of movies here that would have cost me an arm and a leg. So starting it off is a movie I got for Heather because she had it on DVD, made me watch it. She loves it. It's an alright romantic comedy, and it is Something Borrowed. It's got Kate Hudson in it, a young John Krasinski. I do not remember what this movie is about. I'm going to imagine something wedding related since it's called Something Borrowed and there's a ring there. Yeah, I think he's marrying Kate Hudson, but she loves him. They're supposed to be together. I don't know. Next one up is 30 Days of Night. This is a solid vampire movie from what I remember. I only saw it once, so I'm definitely gonna have to rewatch this, but I remember it's got a really cool concept, the idea of being in Alaska where it's dark for 30 days, so how do you survive a vampire attack if it never gets light out? So that's cool. I gotta rewatch that though, because I don't remember it being amazing. Next, one of my favorite movies of all time. I know people probably won't agree with me on this one, although I only say favorite if we're talking about the director's cut, and that is Troy. Troy is a great action and sword and sandal movie. I don't know why people always hate on this movie. I think it's freaking really good. I guess mostly probably because people were upset that it diverts a lot from the book, but I don't care. As long as a movie is really entertaining to me and well written and fun, I really don't care what you change from the source material. It doesn't matter. So this movie really hits all the marks for me. There's so much good dialogue in this movie. And Eric Bana, Brad Pitt, Orlando Bloom, they just crush this movie. And there's so many people in it too. You know, Brendan Gleeson, Sean Bean, Peter O'Toole, Rose Byrne is in it at some point. Diane Kruger, it's Brian Cox. This movie is just stacked with people. It's so good. Oh, hello. Are you coming to grace the screen? You done? All right. She's done. But yeah, this is a really good movie, and it's a director's cut, over 3 hours long. So if you've seen it and you didn't like it, try giving the director's cut a chance. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Don't watch the theatrical, just watch the director's cut, and you will be amazed because it's that good. Another upgrade is Safehouse. Denzel Washington, Ryan Reynolds. It's a solid action thriller movie. It's baseline what you would expect from a Ryan Reynolds movie. Like this is such a stock Ryan Reynolds movie, which isn't a bad thing because that dude knows, he's like The Rock. He knows what his forte is, knows where the hits are, doesn't need to deviate. So it's a solid movie. Check out. Another upgrade which completes my collection for this film series on Blu-ray is Olympus Has Fallen. This is another really silly action thriller, kind of like Safehouse, but I like this better than Safehouse. This is on the better side of the Gerard Butler B movies, but he's another one like Ryan Reynolds, man. He knows exactly what type of movie is his wheelhouse. He sticks with it, and goddamn if you're not going to have a good time. So this is a solid, good action movie, so I recommend watching that. Amazing movie right here. Munich, one of Steven Spielberg's best movies. This is so freaking good. I haven't watched this too in a little while, so I actually am definitely gonna throw this in now that I got the Blu-ray version of it. This is probably one of my favorite post 2000 Steven Spielberg movies. He's very hit or miss these days, but this is probably one of his best work. Young Daniel Craig, Eric Bana again. Like, this movie is so freaking good, and very much like the Mauritanian, tough to watch at times because it's considering that like a lot of this stuff actually happened, and to show like revenge and like just how bad human nature can be. It's a really, really good movie. Another really good movie, Murder in the First. This is a movie I don't think many people probably know about. Christian Slater, Kevin Bacon, Gary Oldman, stacked cast right there. Came out in the mid-90s. It is a trial thriller. So it takes place courtroom drama. I freaking love courtroom dramas. And it's based on the trial that shut down the prisons in Alcatraz. I was about to say Azkaban. A little different. Not Azkaban, Alcatraz. So this is all about that story. It's a really good under-the-radar movie. So if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend checking it out. It is a really good 90s courtroom drama. They were just busting those out in the 90s, so definitely worth checking out. Money Monster. This, another movie, like Murder in the First, that came in under the radar. Not a lot of people saw it or talked about it, but it is a really good, tense thriller movie. It's George Clooney, Julia Roberts, Jack O'Connell from Unbroken. This is just a really good movie about a kid who forcibly takes over a studio, demanding them to unravel this conspiracy that's going on in like the high-tech global markets. The plot kind of nonsense, but is really good performances, and they really wring out the tension in this movie. So this was a solid one. I caught this one day in theaters. I had to work really early, I think like 5 a.m. to be there for these dudes to show up and do some work in the building. So while they did that, I just put this on and watched this while it was there, and it turned out to be, I thought I would just put it on and pass out for a little bit, but I was awake for every second of this movie. It was very phenomenal, and I'm glad I finally got it because I didn't have it on DVD and I never saw it anywhere to purchase, so glad I found that bad boy finally. One of my favorite Denzel Washington movies, Flight. This movie is freaking awesome. It's a really good drama about him. He's an alcoholic, drug addict, he's just a freaking mess. And he lands a plane that's crashing, that's pretty much an unlandable plane, but he lands it. And it follows the investigation that goes through afterwards, like as they start to unravel more of this guy's like problematic history and learn that he was totally coked up when he had to land this plane. It's a really good freaking movie. Probably the last good movie Robert Zemeckis has made, which is, shameful to say because dude's a legend, but this movie, really good. I don't know if Denzel got nominated for this. It doesn't say on here. Usually if they do, it shows it up on here. If he didn't, though, that's a crime because he was freaking phenomenal in that movie. Talladega Nights, and an absolutely silly comedy. I'm sure most people have seen Talladega Nights. If you haven't, you're a clown. Watch this movie. This movie's hilarious. Another funny movie, not as funny as Talladega Nights, but it turned out to be funnier than I thought it would be, is The Watch. Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, Jonah Hill, and Richard Ayoade, I think his name is. Ayoade. I'm butchering that, so apologies, but really funny movie. The four of them start a neighborhood watch because they think some shit's going down in their town, and it turns out to be aliens. So they're the people that have to end up saving the town and inexplicably the world from annihilation. Solidly funny movie. This definitely has its moments, worth checking out. Another great George Clooney movie here, Vera Farmiga, Anna Kendrick, Up in the Air. This is a really entertaining movie. I watched this in film school, never even heard anything about it. And then one day, this was the movie we were watching and breaking down, and it was freaking so good. George Clooney, really good in this. Vera Farmiga, I love Vera Farmiga. I don't know if I can say that enough times. She is a phenomenal actress. She is beautiful. Just such a good movie. Jason Bateman sneaking in here. It's so funny how many movies I watched that have Jason Bateman in it that I didn't even realize Jason Bateman was in. He's in so much. Like the other night, we watched The Sweetest Thing, And Jason Bateman was the brother of the main dude in it. And it was like, holy crap. How did I not know Jason Bateman was there? Another movie to finish off the collection, Ted. I have Ted 2 on Blu-ray. I didn't have the first Ted. Yeah, Ted, absolutely hilarious movie. Mark Wahlberg is such a better comedic actor than he is. I mean, not to say that his action movies aren't, like there's some good ones there. He was obviously good in The Departed and The Fighter. If he's working with the right director, he can be good in drama and action. But he knocks it out of the park pretty much every time with comedy. Between like this, Ted 2, the other guys, like he is a much better comedic actor than he is anything else. So should definitely, if you haven't seen Ted, which if you haven't, you're fucking crazy. So go see Ted. And that does it for the Cheapos haul. This solid, what is that? Solid 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 movies that were basically just purchased by trading in old DVDs. So not a bad haul. Last but not least now, we have the Best Buy haul, which is probably the most stacked haul of all of them. I spent entirely too much money at Best Buy. I guess I was feeling high since I didn't spend any money at Cheapos. It was like, here we go. We're gonna go wild here at Best Buy now. Starting off the Best Buy pile, we have the Steelbook for The Sting. It's a really good con man movie. Robert Redford, Paul Newman. It's a really good movie. It's an old movie, probably I'd say like early 70s, I think it was. But this is a really good one for people to check out, especially if you want to go back and look through the history of cinema. A lot of good movies today wouldn't have their double crosses and everything if it wasn't for this movie. Finally got my 3-pack 4K for Star Trek, the Kelvin timeline, which is all of the new ones that J.J. Abrams did, and then I think Justin Lin did the last one, if I'm not mistaken, which is actually my favorite one. Star Trek Beyond is probably my favorite of the ones, mostly because like it doesn't bother itself with too much of the whole wonky timeline and all that mystery boxes that J.J. Abrams loved to do. Because by the Star Trek and Star Trek Into the Darkness, it was his whole shtick was just way too boring in my taste. I couldn't take the mystery boxes anymore. Another 4K upgrade, Shutter Island. This is a phenomenal thriller. Everybody should go watch this movie. I mean, it's freaking Leo. Why wouldn't you watch this movie? Leo, Martin Scorsese, Mark Ruffalo, Ben Kingsley, Michelle Williams. Stacked cast. It's a really good mystery thriller that I can't wait to watch again. Now that I have it in 4K, it's going to be a great movie. It's a great movie. New pickup from yesterday, just came out, is my Steelbook for Reya and the Last Dragon, which is actually my favorite movie of 2021 so far. Not that that's hard, considering there hasn't really been a lot of movies that have come out. But this is a really, really, really good animated movie. It's a shame it didn't do so well at the box office. Wish it did a little better, but it'll find its place on home video. People will watch it and grow to love this movie. Super entertaining, just all around very fun. The characters are great. The story is solid. The beginning is a little slow, but once it really dives into the whole plot, it really starts to have a lot of energy. It looks amazing. When I saw it in theaters. It looked so good. I can't wait to watch it now here on the TV in 4K. I assume it's going to look really awesome too. This cover is just really sweet also. Reya was a really good protagonist for them. So that was Disney Studios knocking it out of the park again. Movie I haven't seen yet, but picked it up because it was only like $9. John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. I haven't seen as many John Carpenter movies as I've wanted to, so every time I've kind of seen one, I've tried to pick them up as much as I could. I think I've really only seen The Thing, They Live, Halloween. Was that John Carpenter? Yeah, he did that. And I think that's it. So I definitely want to check out more of his less well-known movies. This one also looks pretty cool too. Like a group of graduate students and scientists uncover an ancient canister in an abandoned church. But when they open it, they inadvertently unleash a strange liquid and an evil force on all of humanity. Sold. I'll watch it. Where do we sign? So I'm going to get around to that one soon. Another new movie just came out that was nominated for a bunch of awards. Actually won Best Supporting Actress, Minari. This is a very good coming-of-age, family drama, whatever you want to call it, movie. Stephen Young, really awesome in it. The grandma, I'm not even going to try and pronounce her name because I butcher it every time. Is really good. I've talked about this one ad nauseum too on Zago's podcast, so this is another one. If you want to learn more about it or you want to hear more thoughts on it, go check out the Link podcast, Oscar season, see our thoughts on Minari. There's another one here that's also going to go to that, but we'll get there. Probably my favorite pickup of this whole bunch next to Waterworld, one of my favorite action movies, Last Action Hero, and I got it on this sweet Steelbook. It looks freaking awesome. Arnie in all of his glory. This movie is so criminally underrated. It hurts. It blows my mind that it did not do well at the box office, but this movie was so ahead of its time for lampooning action movies. It's so good. Me and my friends used to watch this all the time in high school. We'd get out of school, go back to his house, hang out in the basement. This would be on, and we would watch it, I think, every day for like a month straight. We loved it. So I'm really excited that I got this on 4K, and I'm probably going to watch this one tonight also on 4K because I haven't watched this movie in a while, so to be able to see that again, and especially with that new format, it's going to be sweet. Another one that if you want to hear more thoughts on, you can go to the Link podcast, is The Father. Me and Zago talked about this movie a lot. Love this movie. Anthony Hopkins, a freaking king, man. He's so good. As great as it would have been for Chadwick Boseman to get an award, it is also equally as good that Anthony Hopkins got it, because Anthony Hopkins is one of the greatest actors of all time. And this movie is probably one of his best performances. He is not phoning it in here. He absolutely deserves that award. We got another awesome Steelbook that just came out yesterday for one of my favorite comedies, a comedy that I grew up watching as a kid all the time, thanks to my dad, is Animal House. This movie is really silly. There's a lot of it that definitely wouldn't fly today, but I love these movies that are a slice of what life was like for teenagers and college kids around that time. Like, obviously, we've grown since then. Stuff that we think is cool now, and 30 years from now, they're going to look back at us too and be like, that, I can't believe they did some of that stuff. So, no use getting all worked up about it. This, though, is a really funny movie. John Belushi, one of the Belushis, freaking great in it. There's a lot of really cool people in it that showed up in other things later on. The detective from The Mask is in it. I don't remember anyone's names from this movie, but I've seen them in so many other things. Like the chairman is in a bunch of stuff. Pinto, the little peckerhead, is in a bunch. He was in Amadeus, for God's sakes. Like, I didn't even realize that until we were watching Amadeus, and somebody was like, "That's the dude from Animal House," and I was like, "No way!" Like, I can't believe some of these people became actually like decent actors. This is a really funny movie. If you haven't seen Animal House, definitely recommend checking it out. It definitely paved the way for other college silly movies, like American Pie, all those other, raunchy sex comedies. Got this sweet, cool artwork for Rush Hour. This is for the whole trilogy, Rush Hour trilogy. It's got all like amalgamation of all the movies on the back. Guy from the second one, from the first one. I think these guys are from the third one. I don't know. I barely watched the third one. But this is really cool. They don't have the Rush Hour movies out on 4K yet, so figure in the time being, I'll at least upgrade them to Blu Ray, so they'll get that work out of it. Look at that. These movies are so compact and tightly made. Look at that. First one, 98 minutes. Second one, 90 minutes. Third one, 86 minutes. These movies don't overstay their welcome. They're in, they're out. They're all about. Another collection pack, Predator. 4K sweetness of all the Predator movies. It comes with Predator, Predator 2, Predators and the most recent garbage, The Predator. I have The Predator already, the newest one on Steelbook, but I didn't have any of the other ones, so this was a no-brainer to pick up to get the rest of those in 4K. So I'm super pumped to at least rewatch Predator and Predator 2, because both of those movies are freaking awesome, so it's going to be cool to get to watch those again. Another 4K collection, The Dark Knight, baby. Gotta have it. This is probably one of the best trilogies of all time, even if I don't even really like The Dark Knight Rises. I mean, it's not as bad as I thought it was when I first saw it in theaters, but it's definitely my least favorite of the three. But even with that, this still manages to be one of the best trilogies of all time, because Batman Begins is such a phenomenal opening salvo, and then the Dark Knight is the best superhero movie ever made, easily. It's a movie I don't even consider a superhero movie. To me, it just feels like a crime movie that just happens to have a dude who dresses up like a bat and a guy that wears clown makeup. But it is just, I freaking love those movies. Probably my favorite Christopher Nolan movies around. We continue with our collection building. To just give you an idea of how much money I've spent with all these collections, we've got the Jurassic Park 5 movie collection. I don't know why it says Jurassic World on there. They're obviously just trying to build off hype from the newest ones, but to me it'll always be Jurassic Park, baby. This is all 5 films on 4K. I have Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom on 4K, but they're separate ones and they didn't have them on their own for the first 3, so getting this pick was another no-brainer one. Still saved me money by just doing a pack. This comes 4K and Blu-ray. I can not wait to watch Jurassic Park on 4K. It's going to be really, really awesome. Do you want to not whine over there? War of the Worlds, baby. Steelbook too. This is just so sick. I freaking love this movie. This is a great alien invasion movie. The first 2/3 of this movie are absolutely wild. I'm not the biggest fan of the way it ends, but everything up until they leave Tim Robbins' basement is absolutely just phenomenal and so freaking good. Tom Cruise plays such a good douchebag in this movie. We're gonna have to stop again because she just keeps doing it. Be quiet. Be quiet. But yeah, War of the Worlds, great movie. Watch it, go see it. I think I saw it 3 times in theaters, so you can tell I liked it a lot. Picked up 4K Avengers because I had Ultron, Infinity War, and Endgame on Blu-ray and 4K, so I needed to finish off with this first one. What's there to say about the Avengers that hasn't already been said? Great movie. The first one is probably my favorite, even with how bonkers Endgame and Infinity War are. It was just so entertaining that I still love that movie to this day, even if Josh Whedon is a scumbag. And last but not least, another Steelbook that just got released that I needed to grab is the 20th anniversary edition of the original Fast and the Furious. Never in my wildest dreams when I first saw this movie back in 2001 did I ever think it would be as big as it is today, with a 9th one coming out that apparently from early reviews is the best one yet. I don't know how they do it. It is absolute lunacy that these movies are as big as they are, but hey, I mean, as long as it's entertaining, who gives a shit how stupid it is? And that is the Best Buy haul. As you can see, it's so big you can't even fit it in the frame. That's how insane they are. And yeah, to give you an idea of the insanity of money that I must have paid to get all those. But I love it, so I don't care. Until the next one, I want to say it'll be a while, but God knows I might just be back here again next week with another insane haul, because that's just what I do. So be on the lookout for more other awesome videos. Does it hold up? Roller coaster stuff, all this fun stuff. Summer's coming. We're about to get back into it. Masks are done. It's going to be a great summer. That's right, Ahsoka. It is going to be a great summer. That's right, I named my dog Ahsoka. So, until next time, you want to say it? Now she goes quiet. Adventure on.